Hey fellow YouTubers, it's JJ the Trucker here, coming to you from somewhere in Iowa. Not exactly sure exactly which city in Iowa. It's somewhere off I-80, and we're only a stone's throw from Michigan. In fact, Michigan is like right over there somewhere, but we're technically in Iowa. And let's see, last I left you, we were in Syracuse. We are actually heading all the way back to the west coast to Colorado. Man, we've had an adventurous few days. But first and foremost, before I get into that, I want to get some shout outs out of the way, including an extra special shout out to my little brother, Michael. He is 35 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Michael. I miss you, and hopefully I get to see you before too long. Please tell the family hi, including my wonderful niece and nephew, and my sister-in-law, of course. So please say hi to them, but happy birthday to you, Michael. I also want to get a shout out to my former bosses over at TPX Communications. DJ Daniel Jensen, my manager, he's been commenting and keeping in touch with me. Always an awesome guy. I appreciate him. So shout out to DJ there. And my other bosses, LaDanya and Ryan, they've been texting me, and I want to let you know, hey, everything's going well. I miss you guys. I miss everybody over there. And you all know who you are, but can't say I missed the job, considering this job is pretty freaking awesome. So I'm really having a good time out here. The hours, the hours. I tell you, my trainer and I, we put in the hours. We run that clock down to the minute, and we manage it really well. So where we've been able, as I mentioned before, we've been able to actually deliver a shipment before it was due to be picked up at the receiver's office. We did that. We had another situation where we arrived at the shipper like more than a day early, or at the receiver more than a day early. So we're sitting there, we've got the product in the trailer, we're more than a day early. I'll take sometimes a little bit of phone call and a little bit of want to, and they rescheduled it for us, and we got a little bit of a break in there, and got that taken care of a lot earlier, so we're able to pick up another load. In fact, this load got that picked up before the other due date. So it's a way to get extra shipments in and keep running. We're running a lot. Sleep's a little interrupted doing it this way. There's no sleep schedule. We just sleep when we can and nap when we can. Which works out fine. We end up getting the sleep in mostly, usually, and it works out. We get extra loads. So did run into one of them where we got to the shipper. We thought we were going to have a 34-hour reset before, actually that one that I was telling you about. Thought we were going to be able to do a 34-hour reset, but since they were able to take that load early, we didn't. We ended up with a normal 10-hour reset. Got that and back on the road. Another one where we thought we'd get a good 10 hours. We stopped at the receivers. We docked. Everything was fine. We thought, we got 10 hours, but in the morning they went and knocked on the door. Hey, we're ready. So, we didn't really get. It was kind of interrupted. It wasn't bad, but a little interrupted. And it happens. You tend to sleep when you can. As my trainer says. He follows the Army guidelines when it comes to that. Why stand when you can sit? Why sit when you can lay down? Why lay down when you can sleep? So that's pretty much the mantra here. When we're dead, when we're slow, we're napping and catching up. But it did catch up to me one time. I thought I figured, all right, we're going to have this 10-hour time. We're going to have some extra time. And I went ahead and was studying my pre-trip inspection and trying to get that out of the way. And my trainer was napping, like I probably should have been doing. So things ended up changing, different than anticipated when we were back on the road. And I ended up getting tired. So I told him, I said, I'm getting tired. I'm ready for you to take over. Which I'm supposed to be doing pretty much all the driving, or darn near the majority, but. Only when it's safe to do so. And he had no problem. It was, hey, no problem, thank you for telling me kind of thing. And we swapped out and netted myself into the bottom bunk and got some good sleep. And we got that delivered. So now, and then I got some extra sleep now, so just finished up with a lot of extra sleep. I'm switching arms here right now. So things are good. So as I mentioned, we're heading back to the West Coast. We are on our way to Colorado, and my trainer says from there, probably going to head from there to Salt Lake City or nearabouts, and head back to the terminal. And once the terminal is, oh, my alarm is going off. Let me get that dismissed. There we go. Once we get back to the terminal, probably going to do my testing for my CDL. And I'm pretty much ready for it. You know, there's some additional things I need to learn, you know, on the pad, some parking stuff. But for the most part, everything's good. I've got just over 2,500 miles under my belt in the 8 days, or 9 days, I guess. But a couple of days did not have any driving in it. But yeah, 2,500 miles under my belt already, and it's all good. So got to work on a little bit of parking. Pre-trip, I've got that pretty well down. I'm ready for all that, and so yeah, looking forward to it. And then maybe a little bit of home time in good old Las Vegas for a day, maybe two, depends on how the schedule works out. You know, I got some stuff to get done anyway, so yeah. But I got to get to Vegas to transfer my CDL over to Nevada. So that's definitely something that I'll make sure I get taken care of. Maybe sneak in a doctor's appointment, get my new prescription glasses picked up. Maybe even get a chance to say hi to somebody, you know, to some friends. You know, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that's basically what is going on. So, some lessons learned and things learned. Gotta watch out for the signs. You know, I don't know if I mentioned in the last video, had an incident where, you know, we had a 13'4" bridge, and fortunately my trainer was there. He saw the sign. He let me, you know, get a little close to it to make sure, see if I was seeing it, and he told me in plenty of time, but yeah, I missed that sign. And we're 13.6 on the height, so they generally build a little bit extra into those bridges. They say 13.4, but they may be closer to 14.4. But you cannot take that chance. You just can't. And it was kind of one of those arcing bridges, you know, and it's 13.4 over at the edge. So, you know, nobody was on the side. I was able to get moved over, and no problem with clearance. So, got to learn, you know, that kind of stuff. Definitely learning, you know, to watch all the mirrors, to watch the gauges, to watch the speed, to watch watch ahead of you, watch the on-ramps, you know, safe following distance. Those are the main things I've been learning. How to operate the cruise control safely. Cruise control is actually beneficial in a truck because of the on-guard system, which is a front-facing radar, and so it'll adapt as needed. It'll help prevent you from hitting things, which is really nice. So it's a really good system, and man, a lot to learn. So right now I've been learning more on, you know, these types of areas right here. We're in a travel plaza, not a truck stop. Truck stops are fine. Travel plazas seem to be nicer. They're kind of like rest stops that you might find on the West Coast, but A, they're nicer, and two, they've got, you know, usually gas stations, restaurants, you know, and some shopping, things that you can do there. So it makes it a lot nicer. But parking, getting in and out of these places, and parking and finding the right parking spots, you know, that's something that I'm learning now. You know, pulling it nice and slow, making sure I do not hit anybody or anything. Very, very important, as you can quite imagine. So that's pretty much what I'm learning right now. Once we get back to the pad out in Salt Lake City, I'll be able to practice a lot more of my backing up, my dock backing and stuff like that. I'm still not backing into any docks or anything like that, or parking in crowded areas. Not quite yet. Some of these truck stops, man, they're crazy. We ended up having what they call a repower, where somebody else was almost to the end of their delivery, but they ran out of hours. You know, they ran out of hours on their 70-hour clock. They had to do a 34-hour reset. So they gave us a call, and the dispatcher gave us a call. We went. We were pretty close, so we went, picked up the load, and finished the delivery. But the truck stop they were in was just crazy. It was late at night. It was full. There were trucks circling all around, trying to find places to park. The parking was really, really tight. There were some pretty experienced drivers, you know, trying to back into some really tight spots, you know, just trying to shimmy it in, you know, taking, you know, moving up, backing up, moving up, backing up, moving up, backing up, just trying to get in the hole. and we were seeing some of them even give up. So, fortunately I wasn't driving during that time. When we get into those areas, I pull over and trainer hops in the driver's seat and gets those taken care of. And thank goodness for that one too, because that was really, really tight. That would have been pretty stressful, but I'll get there and I will learn all that stuff in time. But time is time. Got to get some experience under the belt. So that's pretty much it. Another shout out real quick to No Hippie Trucking and Transport. I appreciate your comments, man. Those have been fantastic. They really help out, especially somebody new like me. Felipe, nice to see you, man. And all right, that is it. So today starts day 9. Hopefully I'll be able to catch up. I know these videos haven't been every day, 'cause, man, sometimes after the end of driving, I'm just in the cab and knocked out, or just no time. We're running pretty tight on these schedules. And work is the priority. Getting sleep, getting stuff done. Right now we just happen to have an extra couple of hours, which was nice on our 10-hour, and I just had some good sleep. So, yeah. Whew. All right. So hopefully I'll be able to catch up to you at least by the time I hit Salt Lake City. We should have some extra time over there, because we're not going to be making any deliveries for a few days or a couple days while I'm in practice mode, just sitting down and struggling to practice for that test to make sure I get my CDL. And I know I'm going to get it because I've got a great trainer. He is teaching me a ton of stuff. And safety, man. He knows his safety, and I'm very thankful. He's got a lot of experience, so I'm glad I've got this guy as my trainer. So we'll see what. I'll let you know what's going on as much as I possibly can. In the meantime, keep in touch. I got my subscribe buttons working. It takes a little bit of time to get them on there, but make sure you subscribe, make sure you like. I really appreciate it. I really do. And hey, if you're on your phone, scroll all the way to the bottom. I know you got after you see the video, you got all those those ads to watch other videos and stuff like that. But keep scrolling all the way to the bottom, and that's the comment section. Leave me some comments. I'll give you a shout out. I'll reply. I really appreciate all you guys' love and support and your feedback. All right, talk to you guys later. Have a good one.